3 healthy, high protein lunches you can make in under 5 minutes with 3 staple ingredients. So I honestly think I could think of hundreds of recipes if you kind of have these 3 staples that you could make and then add like the different flavors and stuff you like. So super excited to show you guys how quick and easy it is to make healthy lunches, whether you're at home or taking them on the go. And if you're new to my channel, hi, I'm Katie. Hit that subscribe button. I have new videos for you guys every single week, twice a week. But I'm ready to get into these recipes. They honestly are so delicious, so simple. Lately, especially during this pregnancy, I have not been great about meal prepping. If you guys watched my video a couple weeks ago of like what I eat in a day when I have no meal prep, I still keep it pretty healthy, and it's because I try to keep staples like this in the fridge at all times, and it just makes it super simple. You can see like I have a lot more on my counter. It's because I always have like little extras so I can mix up the flavors and the type of food I'm making. But essentially you want to have 3 different things, like I said. Some type of protein. So I have chicken here, which is funny because I've not been into chicken during this pregnancy, but it's just such an easy staple. I pre-bought rotisserie chicken, again, simplifying. As we get busier, you don't have to cook everything yourself. This just makes it easy, but you could use tofu, you could use fish, tuna, like honestly, whatever you want. Some type of grain. So I have pita, and then I also have my brown rice. This could be quinoa, regular bread, wraps, whatever your jam is, but I always have some type of grain on hand. And then last, and definitely not least, most important, my greens. So today I'm gonna be using some romaine, some spinach. Oftentimes I'll have just like broccoli and other veggies ready to go in the fridge so I can mix and match and throw a bunch of stuff together. And then once I get into each recipe, I'll show you guys all of the extra fun stuff. None of these recipes require any actual cooking the way that I'm making them. So even my rice, I bought the like pre-made rice that you just microwave, and just so fast. So this is actually a recipe from my 14-day Shape Up meal plan. If you guys have not tried it, I'll link it down below. It is one of the best meal plans to burn fat, to shed some of that excess weight, but to fuel your body and get amazing, delicious recipes. So I'm gonna give you a little sneak peek of this one. So with the rice, I'm gonna take 1 cup of rice. And this can be warm or cold, it's kind of up to your preference. Mine's like, it's not hot, it's like lukewarm, you know, kind of room temperature-y. So I'm gonna put that right in there. And again, if you're taking this to go for work or school or something, I would just put this straight in my glass container, like a round bowl one, and it's so easy. I'm gonna take a big handful of spinach right on top. This is not cooked, just raw baby spinach. I'm gonna take some of my chicken. So again, this is just like shredded rotisserie chicken, and about a half a cup of this, which is like 4 ounces or so. But I'm just eyeballing it right now. This is one of the bowls I feel like girls always try, and they're like, it sounded weird, but it is one of the best bowls, and it's absolutely an LSF favorite. So if as you watch me, you're like, this is odd, try it. And then come back and tell me how much you freaking loved it. Okay, so I got my rice, my spinach, my chicken. I'm gonna cut up about half of an apple. Just drop that right on top. Again, you don't have to like be a chef here. The chops don't have to be perfect, kind of whatever size you're feeling. And then I have 2 dates. So just these ones actually still have the pits in them. Be careful when you buy them. It's easier obviously just to buy the ones that have been pitted, but either way, just don't bite into it if there's pit in it, because it's gonna hurt real bad. Dates are kind of hard to chop because they're gooey, but they're so sweet. They do have quite a bit of sugar in them, but again, you're getting it from a natural source, so it's not that big of a deal. So just drop it in there, kind of willy-nilly. I have prosciutto. This is optional. I love it. It just adds more of like a salty flavor to it, so you get that salty sweet combo. Also, if anyone else shops at Trader Joe's, I know a lot of you do, why are their packages always impossible to open? Like they have like the little tear spots on everything. It could be hummus, it could be anything, but like you can never actually open them without a lot of effort. Okay, so just like 1 piece of prosciutto, and I'm just gonna kind of tear it apart in pieces and drop it in there. Again, really nice and easy. And the last thing before I dress it is just some fresh feta or goat cheese, totally up to you. I'm gonna use this yummy fresh feta though. And as I make the next 2 recipes, you guys will see some of these ingredients showing back up That's another thing I really like to do too, especially if I'm like meal prepping for the week, is trying to reuse ingredients so I'm not buying a million different things at the store. So you know you have like your couple of staples, your greens, your grains, your protein, but then also when it comes to like the sides, yes, mix it up, but can you find some of those ones that can go in everything? All right, so the bowl itself is good to go. If I was taking this on the go, again, it'd be in my Tupperware and I put my dressing on the side. You do not want to dress it ahead of time. It will get soggy and nasty. But for now, this is just my LSF dressing. It's in the Gillis Nutrition recipe book. It is so simple. I make tons of different dressings, but usually staples like your olive oil, some type of vinegar, some seasoning, garlic, and about a tablespoon or so right on top, and it's done. Literally less than 5 minutes to throw it together. Okay, you guys wanna try it? Gotta get a little bit of everything. There's so much happening in this bowl, like you don't wanna miss it in a bite. It's the combo of all of it that makes it just magical. I'm telling you, you're gonna freaking love this one. Recipe number 2, we're doing a buffalo chicken wrap. So I'm gonna do this in a pita, but again, you could do this as a bowl, you could do this in a regular tortilla. I just like the whole grains of a pita, and I feel like it kind of holds it together and just feels heartier, but whatever floats your boat. This one's so freaking easy. So I just got some organic buffalo sauce. The biggest thing with sauces for me is making sure that they don't have added sugars, because that's just really the downfall of any sauce. There's usually lots of sugar hiding in them. So when you're buying like a buffalo sauce, check for that. Also, sodium can be crazy high, but if you're not eating it all day, every day, and you're mindful of how much you're putting in, we all need sodium, so it's not a big deal. I'm gonna start again with about a half a cup of chicken. I'm just gonna, a little more, it's good. Put that in there. And then I'm gonna drizzle the sauce over it. So I'm gonna mix it together in this bowl first, just so it doesn't get too saucy in the pita, because that'll make it fall apart, especially if you're taking on the go. Again, you don't want it like soaked in a ton of liquid for too long. So just mixing it up in there. And then there's some kind of big chunks of chicken, so I'm gonna actually just break it up a little bit more so it's easier to eat. This one's really messy too, so be careful. Trying to avoid getting it on my white shorts. Good thing Ryan's not here. He would be like, why are you wearing white with buffalo? He knows me too well. Just gonna do this. Okay, that's pretty well covered. Good. So next I'm just gonna open up my pita. The only annoying thing about pita sometimes is it sometimes is hard to get it to open without ripping. But of course, as I say, I've been eating pita a lot lately, you guys, and I swear I rip it every time. But I'm glad it didn't rip for you. It's perfect. And then I'm just gonna take some lettuce and shove that in the pita. Okay, so you guys can see it's just in there. Then take my chicken and add that right inside. So with buffalo, I know a lot of people love blue cheese. It's kind of the traditional cheese to use with it. I'm just gonna use the feta again because it also has a pretty strong flavor, but then I only had to buy one type of cheese instead of buying a bunch of different ones for multiple lunches. You can see the feta or the pita is kind of coming apart now, but no problem though. All right, so it is good to go. You guys can see how easy that is. Just 3 ingredients, well, 4 if you count the pita, I guess. 3 ingredients in this one. You can always add more lettuce in. I really love greens, so I probably will shove the rest of this in here. Even with the pita coming apart on the side, you can easily hold it together, but just imagine if you're using a tortilla, you just wrap it up like a burrito, cut it in half, and you have it as that type of wrap, or you could make this into an actual salad, which would be delicious as well. So just chop up your greens, drop the ingredients on top, maybe add some rice so you get some type of healthy carb in there, but super easy, good at home or on the go. The last recipe is from my Gillis Nutrition Guide. It is our Greek wrap, but I think I'm gonna actually do it as a bowl for you guys today. Obviously, you can shove it in the pita and make it work in there too, so I'll show you how I do that. But for me, it's really just about finding lots of ways to mix things up. And I think that all of these recipes do it. If you guys have my meal plans, you know that there's so much flexibility to make it your own. And that's what this one is all about. So I'm gonna start with my base, which would be the pita or tortilla if I was doing it as a wrap, but I'm gonna go ahead and do my brown rice. So again, about a cup of brown rice. You can use white rice too. I just personally like brown rice more because you get more protein with it. So drop that in there. And then I'm gonna come back to my spinach. So just right on top, dicing up some fresh tomatoes. I'm not a huge tomato person. Like, it's fine, like if it's in something, but I don't like love tomatoes. I would never just pop them and eat them. I know some people do that for snacks. So I'm just gonna cut up a few. I do like the additional like flavor, but sometimes the texture of tomatoes is like not my jam. Then I have a cucumber. This actually would also be really good. I should have thought of this, to add to that buffalo wrap, just like really thin slices of cucumber. I feel like that's always so refreshing with like buffalo chicken. So you can always add that too. And again, multi-use of your ingredients, so you're not wasting anything. All right, so cucumber right on top. I freaking love olives, so I'm gonna throw in some Kalamata olives. With any of my recipes though, you guys, especially if you're using the meal plans and stuff, again, make them your own. If you're like, oh, I love everything, but I hate olives or I hate cucumbers, just ditch it or swap it for something else you like. The cool thing about like cooking and making food is there's really no wrong way to do it. Baking, yes, you can mess everything up with baking if you miss one ingredient or you try to swap it out for something else, for sure. But with like normal food, just do whatever you want. All right, so I put, I don't know, what is that, like 8 olives in there, about a tablespoon, 2 tablespoons of olives. Olives are a really great source of healthy fats too, so you're getting that in the mix, which is really important macronutrient. Coming back to my feta, once again, and you guys can't really see this, but I'm probably using a tablespoon each time. So if you have my meal plans, you've seen the hand portion. I use that like constantly as like a way to quickly reference and eyeball appropriate portions for meals. I cheese all of my fingers, but essentially healthy fats are about the size of your thumb. So just kind of think of that if you're eating like cheeses, avocado, like a quarter of an avocado is obviously somewhat bigger than that depending on the size of the avocado, but that's a good like reference, trying to not go too much bigger than that size for your healthy fats. And then some hummus. This is Majestic hummus. It is the best hummus that has ever been invented on the planet. It is a sprouted hummus. I don't know what makes it so magical and good. If you haven't tried it, this is the lid. You need to. I've been eating it for probably like 10 years and it's quite honestly the only hummus I buy at this point or like. I bought Trader Joe's for a little bit, but they put canola oil in theirs, which I don't like. So just a tablespoon of that. And then of course my chicken for my protein. This would be great with some salmon too if you did it like as a dinner or if you wanted salmon during the day. I don't know, I just feel salmon is like a dinner thing, but whatever. So throw some chicken on there. I think normally I would put the chicken earlier because I like seeing all the other veggies and now they're being buried. So I'm awkwardly going to pick them out and put them back on top. And then you can use yogurt as a sauce. You can use my LSF dressing as a sauce. Since I'm doing it as a bowl, I'm gonna do the LSF dressing. If I was taking this and putting it in the pita as a wrap, I might do like my spicy yogurt sauce, just drizzle that on top, and that makes it like really good in a wrap versus a dressing, which is a little bit thinner. But for this one, we'll just do some dressing on there. Whew. And you have a perfect Greek-inspired lunch bowl. Through my own 45-pound weight loss journey, it was so important for me to find easy ways to have healthy meals that are actually delicious. And that's what this is all about. That's what my meal plans are all about, really helping teach you guys how to enjoy food again and how to make simple meals that will nourish your body, help you burn fat, help you build lean muscle, so you can really live that balanced lifestyle. But again, we're all busy, especially like, I can't imagine like all the working moms out there and stuff as I'm getting even just further along in my pregnancy, feeling like I don't have time, I don't really feel like cooking all the time. None of this took any time. I didn't cook it. It was so simple. I can mix it up in so many different ways. So if you guys like seeing these lunch recipes, hit that thumbs up. Comment down below, let me know what type of recipes you want to see next. And again, if you're new to my channel, welcome. Make sure you hit that subscribe. I'll see you guys next week. Bye.